Gunmen have killed a businesswoman in the Mayo Dasa area of Jalingo, the Taraba state capital. Fire God's former JFM building in Delta. Speculation of economic challenges affects Nollywood, Nigeria's film industry. On the foreign scene, Burkina Faso junta chief dissolves government. Hello, welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Hawa Gambo. Thank you for joining us. Gunmen have killed a businesswoman in the Mayo Dasa area of Jalingo, the Taraba state capital. The incident occurred at about midnight on Friday, 6 December 2024. The Taraba State Police Command Public Relations Officer Abdullah Usman, who confirmed the incident, added that when the gunmen invaded the compound, they used machetes to break the windows of the house. Usman said the gunmen did not take anything from the house after killing the victim. The second incident, according to the police spokesman, occurred in the Jarambur area of Jalingo. In a similar move, the gunmen opened fire on the clergyman without picking anything from his house or kidnapping other occupants and left. Usman revealed that the two victims passed on while being attended to in their hospital beds. He said the attack was strange as the gunmen, in their usual move, kidnapped their victims and sought ransom after that. Tragedy struck yet again on the Dansada-Gusau Road as another explosion killed multiple travelers on Friday, marking the third of such incidents in less than a week. The explosion occurred between Dansada to Malele Road, causing significant damage. A resident of the area who pleaded anonymity for security reasons said a truck vehicle conveying about 100 bags of grains and passengers to Dansada Market hit an improvised explosive device planted along the route, resulting in a devastating explosion. Authorities and locals have yet to confirm the exact number of casualties, but the resident said several travelers were killed during the blast. The source added that the second explosive planted by the terrorists was discovered by the troops who defused it. The recurring blasts have heightened fears among residents and commuters who now consider the highway a death trap. And operatives of the Kaduna State Police Command have arrested two notorious gun runners in Zaria local government area of the state. The command's public relations officer, Mansur Hassan, disclosed this in a statement on Friday. He said the suspects were arrested on Thursday by officers from 47 Police Mobile Force Squadron Zaria during a routine vehicular patrol along Zaria-Jos Road. The police spokesman said the suspects, identified as Zubairu Musa and Nasir Saidu, who are both natives of Ankara local government area of Katsina State, were found in possession of a bag containing 8 locally made pump-action guns, 1 locally made pistol, and 65 live cartridges. Hassan further disclosed that preliminary investigations revealed that the suspects were involved in the illegal trafficking of firearms, noting that the suspects are currently cooperating with the police to aid in the apprehension of their accomplices and to uncover the full extent of the gun-running network within Kaduna State. The National Human Rights Commission has demanded justice and accountability for citizen victims who were allegedly killed by operatives of the Nigerian Army in the Abisari community in Borno State. A member of the NHRC Governing Council, Kemi Okenyedo, made the demand at the presentation of the report from the Investigative Panel on Human Rights Violations in Counterinsurgency Operations in the Northeast to the Army. The report had vindicated the military of forced systemic abortions administered on women, but indicted them of intentionally killing civilians in the Abasari community. Okenyedo is demanding that those affected be compensated. The Defense Headquarters has rejected claims by Amnesty International that 10,000 persons died in its custody since the Boko Haram conflict began in the Northeast. The International Human Rights Organization's country director, Issa Sanusi, at a briefing in Maiduguri, accused Boko Haram and military of many abuses. According to him, military personnel violated rules of engagement while carrying out their assignment in the region. He regretted how the military denied the involvement of his personnel in atrocities after being served with Amnesty's report before it was made public. Sanusi announced that the human rights body had already filed a case before the International Court of Justice (ICJ) at The Hague over alleged crimes against humanity in the Northeast. But in a reaction, the Defense Headquarters, in a statement by the Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, on Friday, described Amnesty's allegations as spurious, shocking, and lacking in merit. It also invited the organization over to its office to substantiate its allegations. The federal government has declared that both public and private healthcare facilities nationwide must attend to victims of gunshot with or without police clearance. The directive is contained in a statement issued by the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare on Saturday via its official X handle. The statement, titled Non-Compliance of Medical Facilities on the Gunshot Act 2017, signed by the Director of Information, Patricia Dewotishe, said the ministry had received complaints on rejections of gunshot victims by hospitals nationwide, which had resulted in loss of lives. It also said the order is on the directive of the Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Minister Professor Mohammed Pate. According to the statement, gunshot victims come under emergencies that require urgent medical attention to save the lives of patients or victims. An inferno has razed tailoring shops at the New Modern Market in Lafia, the Nasarawa state capital, destroying goods worth millions of naira. Confirming the ugly development to Trust TV, builder Omogbus Joshua, the director of the Fair Service in Nasarawa State, said he got a distress call at about 9:30 p.m. on Thursday about the incident and quickly mobilized his men to arrest the fire. Umar Mohammed has the report.
Trust TV correspondent who visited the scene of the incident learned that the fire started on Thursday night at about 9:30 p.m. and lasted till early hours of Friday. It was, however, difficult for the personnel of the Nasarawa State Fire Service to put out the fire owing to the heaps of refuse dumps in and around the marketplace. The fire continued till Friday morning before it was finally put out at about 9:15 a.m.
You cannot say our mate didn't come in time. We rely on either running call or first call, phone call. If without call, we didn't have magic that we did that there is fire so street or this place. And why about 4 trucks for mobility to this very city. Why will I say there is no fire, there is no water? If there is no water, if there is no water, then how can we put out the fire?
Our correspondent reports that traders whose shops were not affected by the fire were seen removing their goods from the building.
90% cause of this fire outbreak is this dustbin, because normally government are supposed to take away this dustbin after a week, after a week, but they usually leave it. Sometimes it takes 2 months, 3 months before they will come and pack it, and all the traders in the market are paying money for this, are paying tax for the taking away the refuse, but they don't do that. I don't know whether the problem is from the market management or if it's from the market officials itself.
As we are in the house, we make a call unexpected. People call us, say the fire will start in our market. We are thinking something like it's a small something. At the time we come see that something is not a small actually, and the thing will spill us. And we are used to tell every one of our brother here, we thank God seriously. Actually, the people.
Okay, thank you very much.
That is the reason. But I feel something that I want to say we thank God because we did not lose any one of our brother, but we lost some of our properties, our shops, our brother's son, and both of some people there. Friends, is our friends. Some they are used to come, but the thing actually is no good to us.
I'm one of people that are having shop here, and I lost about 5 million, including cash and my goods inside the shop. Feeling unhappy, but I'm grateful because anything that comes, whether good or bad, are from God.
Trust TV also observed that the intense heat of the raging inferno repeatedly drove back the firefighters and delayed their efforts in bringing the situation under control.
A raging fire has gutted the former JFM building, now housing Current FM in Efurun, Uvi, local government area of Delta State. The incident, which began late Tuesday evening, has sparked fears of the inferno spreading to nearby structures if not urgently contained. Efforts by the Delta State Fire Service to extinguish the flames were hindered by a lack of water, leaving firefighters unable to fully tackle the blaze. The cause of the fire is yet to be determined by the time of this report. Eyewitness accounts and images from the scene show the structures engulfed in flames with little progress made in containing it. Policemen were deployed to the scene to maintain order and prevent hoodlums from looting the property. And the need for security agencies to upscale the skills of their personnel in order to meet up with the emerging security threats has again been emphasized. Speaking with some security personnel in Lagos, Trust TV's Victoria Tokolo reports that efforts are being intensified to tackle the menace of insecurity and vandalism of national infrastructure. The report.
Over time, the issue of security has been that of all stakeholders, as the government alone cannot effectively secure lives and properties. But with the rise in cases of vandalism and other security challenges, stakeholders believe that the skills of personnel of security agencies need to be upskilled to enable them catch up with emerging security threats. This upscaling is even more needed within the rank and file of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, which is critical in protecting national infrastructure.
We did not give room for them to vandalize. Are you getting it? We conduct intelligence gathering, and we are working with various communities to give us information. So before they will be able to carry out any act of vandalization, we're always there ahead of them. So we have developed a strategy to mitigate the possibility for them to be able to have access to some of these major critical national assets.
We have the anti-vandal units of the Lagos State Police Command. The Civil Defense too has it, and we work closely together. And it's also important to carry members of the communities along, and they have been cooperating so well with security agencies. So, like I said, it's not a big problem, but for the little areas where we have pockets of vandalism, it's something we are tackling headlong.
My work for people is to ensure that they don't vandalize. These are critical assets that give supply to community what they want to see. They want to say, like, once you vandalize this thing, there won't be light and people will agitate. But the government is doing a lot in ensuring that there is power. When this power comes, so let's talk to the younger ones. Let's talk to these scavengers not to touch this critical asset. Once they vandalize, there will be supplies. Before you know, there will be protests.
The government should extend their teaching to schools. Our young children who involve in vandalizing government properties should be educated. They should educate them even up to primary schools. They should put it as part of their subjects. You know, I don't know how they are going to form it, but the children should be taught early enough, letting them know that what belongs to the society belongs to us. That when they vandalize what they term to be owned by the government, they are equally destroying their future.
To address the issue of insecurity and vandalization in the country, stakeholders are advocating effective national orientation targeted at youths and patients.
Speculations rife that streaming giant Netflix may exit Nigeria, citing economic challenges. While the company insists it hasn't abandoned its investment in Nigerian movies, many fear it's only a matter of time before economic pressures force its hand. Chairman Debeng reports.
The challenges with Netflix come 7 months after the exit of Amazon Prime Videos, who made the decision to downsize its African investments and focus on European originals. The contributions of foreign platforms like Netflix, Showmax and Amazon Prime have significantly improved the Nigerian film industry. As the film and music industry raked in $197.6 million within the first quarter of 2024. Nollywood, which once was known for low-budget productions, is now being watched worldwide for its captivating storylines, giving Nigerian actors, directors and producers a fighting chance in the international film market.
So at some point they decided, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to pull the plug on all the commitments that we've made for original Netflix productions, which is completely different from when you do a license deal. Now the license deal is when you make your own film and an aggregator or a distributor takes it to Netflix. They look at it and they pay you money and they put it on their platform for a period of time. That is different. When they say they're going to take an original from you, is that you made the film, it meets their original standards, and then they outrightly pay you for it and they title it a Netflix original.
With the fluctuations in the dollar rate coupled with the waning strength of the naira, subscriptions to live streaming apps and patronage at cinemas have significantly reduced, as it is now seen as a luxury which will always be trumped by the people's need to survive.
So one of the biggest problems that I have when we always say government should intervene in the economy, in the industry, I think that government, first thing that comes to their mind is give them money. And to be honest, while that is very good, that is really not what we're saying. If we're saying government should intervene, government should be able to put in place policies and things that would easily empower people to have purchasing power. So you have money to eat and you can go entertain yourself.
According to the Ministry of Arts and Culture and Creative Economy, Nigeria's creative industry contributes $5.6 billion to the nation's GDP. However, with foreign investors closing up shop despite the federal government's claims that FDI has improved, Nigeria's goal for the sector to contribute up to $100 billion by 2030 stands threatened by the poor state of the economy.
No, for any reason, we should not take anything lightly. The current president has a huge ambition. He wants Nigeria to be a $1 trillion economy. And that means every sector of the economy is very important because different sectors contribute into building the huge economy that we all aspire to. And Nollywood is important. The production of films, music and so on, arts, entertainment and so on, they're all very important. So everything should be done to spur growth.
The absence of sufficient financing and infrastructure is one of the main obstacles holding Nigeria's film industry from its potential growth. Production quality may suffer from a lack of access to post-production facilities, appropriate filming sites, and contemporary technology. According to Watia, there is a need for the federal government to fully commit to its creative sector, not solely through financing, but also through tax breaks, insurance designed for creatives, as well as grants and programs to boost the creative. The absence of sufficient financing and infrastructure is one of the main obstacles holding Nigeria's film industry from its potential growth. Production quality may suffer from a lack of access to post-production facilities, appropriate filming sites, and contemporary technology. Chamun Dabeng, Trust TV News, Abuja.
As more reactions continue to trail the 4 tax reform bills, residents of Lagos have called for caution to protect small businesses in the country. The proposed legislation, which promises to reshape Nigeria's revenue system, emphasizing corporate compliance, increased productivity and economic growth, has sparked divisions amongst different groups across the country. The report.
As Nigeria faces economic challenges and widespread poverty, the proposed tax reform bill has continued to spark debates. Advocates praise it as a step towards sustainable national development, while critics caution against its potential strain on small businesses. Comrade Duke Alamboye, the president of the National Youth Organization, has weighed in on the contentious bill, outlining both its potential benefits and challenges.
They've also helped the GDP, the revenue, national revenue of the country to increase, and so therefore they are coming to get their decision. So you want to look at this bill, the effect, the good effect, the positivity of this bill is far more than, I understand the burden the bill is going to place on small, medium scales businesses. But as you grow, we have advised that palliatives should be like grants. Government should take grants serious so that these bills will not totally affect the medium, small and medium scale business people in the country. So I think holistically, if you look at the bill, it's sound and it's good for our country.
Fatima Ismail, the National Director of the Nigerian Youth Organization, emphasized the critical role state governments play in eradicating poverty. She urged governors to focus on grassroots economic development rather than relying solely on federal allocations.
We are not supposed to be in hunger in the country, and I feel is the state governors downwards that will help us to eradicate this hunger and the excessive poverty that we're facing, and about the harsh economy, the whole world is facing it, the whole world is in recession.
In Lagos, residents urged the government to redirect its focus, emphasizing that priority should be on creating policies that enhance national growth rather than implementing measures that stifle small businesses.
Should not give any tax for all the people that are selling something small things. It's not okay at all. They should just look onto them. What can make them to make this nation to be easy for everybody to live in a better life, not the one that they as many people right now. Many people have gone because they cannot survive it. So many people, so many souls have lost due to the hardships. So they should not think of anything tax for people that are selling things, small things. But in their own area, that they have big company, they can do that too. They can do that.
The many voices of ordinary Nigerians expressing reservation with abuse highlights the need for a fair and balanced system. They urge policymakers to reconsider tax structures to protect the vulnerable while fostering economic development.
Now away from Nigeria, Burkina Faso's ruling military leader on Friday dismissed the country's prime minister and dissolved the government, according to a presidential decree. The sacked premier was the head of 3 successive governments surviving each reshuffle. No reason was given for the dismissal of Apollonia Joachim Kellem de Tambela, who was named as premier in October 2022 after the coup that brought Captain Ibrahim Traoré to power. The prime minister's official functions are terminated, the decree said, adding that members of the dissolved government will carry out ongoing business until the formation of a new government. The West African country was plunged into instability by a January 2022 coup in which Lieutenant Colonel Paul Henry Sandaogoa Dimibia seized power. And now in sports. Barely a week to the start of the 2024 Under-17 Women's WAFU B regional competition, Burkina Faso has withdrawn from the championship. The Burkina Faso Football Federation announced their decision to pull out of the competition in a correspondence addressed to the executive director of WAFU B. As a result, the Group A has been reduced to 2 teams, Ghana and Benin. Group B remains unchanged, comprising Nigeria, Niger, and Cote d'Ivoire. The tournament is scheduled to take place from December 12 to 22nd, 2024 in Pram, Ghana. And with that, we have come to the end of News Update on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us on all our media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel for live streams, programs, and documentaries. My name is Hawa Gambo. Thank you for joining us. Have a lovely day and see you soon.